Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? That's right. We're talking some shit today on a Sunday. We're hanging out. We're going to be talking about a couple of things. First of all, I want to mention or talk about I was watching a documentary about Henry Ford, and how he did or revolutionized the assembly line and the automotive industry. Basically, before him, there were some, high-end cars, let's just say vehicles. And at the time, people that were used to the tried and true horse, the horse-drawn carriage, horses were everything. And then Ford, when he started mass producing the Model T, you all of a sudden had affordable cars that revolutionized travel as we know it today. Well, fast forward 100 years, here we are again. The moment EVs become affordable, I'm sorry, guys, it's game over. If the majority of you use cars for just transportation to work and just do regular things. If you look back 100 years ago, everyone had a horse. It was cheap. They were everywhere. It died. Got another one. It shit everywhere. Yeah, no big deal. Clip-clop's dead. Get another one. And there was ways of catering to your transportation. People like, I forget what they call people that do farriers. Farriers were a big thing. And a lot of people were like, well, what's going to happen if these automobiles take over? Now you're going to put a lot of people out of work. Then a completely new industry was started with mechanics, tire shops, the automotive aftermarket, and modifying and personalizing the vehicles. So 100 years ago, only the super rich could afford a regular automobile. Everyone else had a horse-drawn carriage or horses to get around, or bicycles. Now, 100 years later, everyone has a gasoline car. The whole infrastructure, everything around you, everything you see, everything is catering towards gasoline. But the moment EVs become affordable, by mass producing them, prices get lower. All you need to have is that magical number of a $35,000 Model 3 base, which I think we're very close to having that. And you will see a wave of people go, wait a minute, I'm either going to buy a Corolla or I'm going to buy a Model Y or Model E. Model 3, because E was taken over by Ford. Elon Musk was going to have a Model E, but Ford had the Mach E, and they trademarked that name, and he couldn't do it, so he put the 3 in there. That's how the whole thing came to be. So what's going to happen if the EVs become so affordable that all of a sudden there's a whole aftermarket that flourishes around it? You already started to see charging stations, supercharging stations pop up everywhere, catering towards the electric vehicle. And what Elon Musk is doing is what Henry Ford did back in the day to mass produce the vehicles. We'll talk about it. We'll have a little bit of a conversation about that. We're also going to talk about the supposed Cobra. Rumors started swirling, and I talked about this a month or so ago, about a Cobra supercharged variant S650 manual. That one perked my ears up. I thought it was going to be a DCT. But if the rumors are true, that it is going to be a manual, that is a great thing. 800 supposed plus horsepower at the flywheel. Manual, it's going to be a $100,000 car with a 5.2 Predator supercharged. Now, if the rumors are true, that's the vehicle to get. And I wouldn't even look at a Dark Horse or a GT. In my opinion, those are wastes of time. But understand this, a manual 800 plus horsepower Cobra. First of all, what transmission are they going to use? Not an MT82, not a 3160. Is there a new manual transmission that they worked with Tremec on that is able to be warranted at 800 horsepower? That perked my ears up. But before we get into it too much, let's talk to Mr. Bill O'Reilly and have him say hello to the people.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That's right, Mr. Bill O'Reilly. It always sucks. All right, let's get after it. 2 Auto Solution, Rami Zaidam, 2 Auto Solution, keeping the disco ball rolling. The guy is stressing the fuck out because Got too many projects, bro. We know how it is. Welcome. It sucks. Race Motive has a race coming up. They're calling out GTR stuff. They have a GTR specific class. Check them out on Instagram. Race Motive. Buy their merch. Support the program. DNA Hat Performance. DNAhatperformance.com. It's got hats. Got a right, a left, a hook, and an uppercut. Coming at you at DNAhatperformance.com. Partfarm.com. Part Farm is going to probably have another GT500 on their lot coming up shortly. Check out Rob and partfarm.com. Conformance shared my video talking about his cold air. That's right. We showcased his new cold air. That's it in my ZR1. Running great. Can't wait to get watt hits in there. I got to get it on the 85. That bitch is struggling in this heat. Ultimate Header, ultimateheader.com. Ultimate Header. Best headers around, period. Ultimate Header. PMAS, Nick James and PMAS. Check him out on Instagram, fucking Facebook. He just built a Chevelle, out of all things, for his stepdad. Sheesh! And Calma Transmission, CalmaTransmissions.com. Calma Transmission is probably going to get on the S650 program sooner than later. And it's going to be nice to see Calma. Calma bought a Mach 1. Calma bought a 19. There's no telling when he'll end up purchasing an S650 to get it going, but it would be smart of him to do so. Let's say hi to the people, and we'll get to talking some shit. Abdullah Abbasi's in the house. Yeah, Gray Mustang, Paul Ponthew, Johnny Boy 2000 MCR, Garf 20. Second Shift Racing in the house. What's up, Second Shift Racing? I don't like his left-hand placement when he races. It's at 12 o'clock. It's not a good look. Andy Ali, Whippled 5-0. Anthony Jeremiah. Cam! Is your car twin turbo now? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Bryson Witt, Great Mustang, Johnny Boy, Jay Bush. It's, oh man, Paul Ponthew, Jay Bush, Grande Macchiato says, yo, what's up? Pacho, Great Mustang again. Garf is a little too active. Back to Coma the Wolf. Pacho, Josh Roy, Angel, Puerto Rico. The Theo Baltus. Coyote Fury, Garf again, Jesus Christ, get alive, Pacho, Angel Puerto Rico, Travis, Shipbox Fox, Robo Style Valley, 10 Speed, good morning, Done 523, Joshua, SK Performance or SK Jeff says let's rock and roll, Izzy R, Ignacio, Randy Savage, Gregorio Ruiz, Randy Savage again, Redbird, Jacob, Matt 2011, the mod, and JD Strag the mod, Elva Galarga, Bender, hey, Bender, Gregory Upfitch, Abel, Maki Mock, Sam Morales, Louis, D-Rock Fox, Diego, and all the usual suspects just wanted to come by and say hello. Again, guys, Super Chats are very much desired. Memberships are most desirable. Monthly enough to keep the channel going, make it grow. We can get stuff going. All right. So the Gigafactory. If you don't know what the Gigafactory is, this is basically the let's call it the centralized building where materials come in one end and a car comes in on the other end. Now, who did that? Like, who revolutionized that? Who got that going? Who made that pop? Well, Henry Ford. Henry Ford had this assembly plant. Where the hell is it? Not Flat Rock. I don't know where the hell it is. Where the hell is this? It's in Detroit, but I don't know exactly the town in Detroit. Highland Park. So this assembly plant, if you could look, obviously it's a picture. Trains would come in, deliver stuff like coal, aluminum, bauxite, I don't know, you name it. Raw materials out the back. And a car drives out the front. Raw materials at the Gigafactory at the back. Cars come out at the front. So why did Ford decide to leave that kind of thing when it came to their EV stuff? Their EV stuff makes me kind of wonder, why didn't they look to their own past and do it the way Henry? This is a revolutionary moment, okay? And I hate to say that word because you guys might think that I'm trying to like prop up EVs. No, you got to understand, it's happening whether you like it or not. You and I are horse owners. You and I are clip-clop, reliable. We want horses. We know horses. The whole infrastructure is set up for horses. Why do I want to get into this dumb electric vehicle? It's going to shock me to death. This electric vehicle is going to shock me to death if I go over a water puddle. Meanwhile, you have a bomb strapped to the back of your car, and you don't think twice about it. Okay, you have a gasoline tank, 20 gallons plus, and you're 2 feet from it. You don't think twice about it, but the battery is going to be a freaking issue. So Ford, instead of revolutionizing their lineup, because look, the government's mandating it, it's coming, no matter what you say, it's coming. The Mach-E was a step in the right direction, in my opinion, if they wanted to revolutionize stuff. That vehicle was made from the platform is electric, one-off. Then they take an F-150, an existing chassis, same wheelbase, same body panels, except a couple of different changes and a frunk. And they decided to stick batteries who the hell's nowhere, limiting its range. And it is just a patch, a Band-Aid. It's no different than like strapping on. I'm trying to equate it. It's like having a clip-clop steel pole, a 2-horsepower buggy to help you up. You still have clip-clop. Clip-clop's still going to be a problem. He's still going to shit in a bag. He's still going to break down. He's still going to get a boner mid-ride. It's going to be embarrassing when you're trying to, impress the ladies. Oh, look at that guy the horses carries. Look at his horse's boner. Oh, right. So it's going to be weird and embarrassing. So now Tesla has taken a page out of the Model T production from Henry Ford, and now he's giving the same treatment to his EV stuff. And everywhere his cars are built, they're built at a Giga something. And raw materials in, car out. Ford started to outsource everything. Seatbelts, not made at Ford. Seatbelt brackets, not made at Ford. Seats, not made at Ford. Steering wheel, not made at Ford. Wheels, not made at Ford. Lights, not made at Ford. What the hell did you do? Now they're an assembly plant. They're assembly. Raw materials don't come in. Panels come in. Panels come in. Car comes out. Panels, lights, seat. You're an assembly plant. While the Gigafactory is an everything plant. They have a thing called the Giga Press. Look it up. Do some Googling. It's literally a big press that presses body panels in one big shot, lessening the variance, body to body, like super duper consistent. Billions of dollars invested. Henry Ford invested almost, and it's time, if you account for inflation, billions of dollars to go from the Model T to the Model A. When he introduced the V8 in the Model A, the flathead, that he had to literally lay off a big percentage of his workers, spent millions and millions of dollars developing a V8. And he didn't bring them back to work until he felt he had a as cast, meaning one big cast is the block, heads, bolt on, whatever. And that revolutionized everything, going from a 4-cylinder to an 8-cylinder. See, Henry Ford had the nuts, the balls to shut shit down and revolutionize everything. Tesla is literally doing what Ford did. Now, Ford is outsourcing, and then they're saying, well, the problem is the modules. We outsourced all of our modules. So the ABS module doesn't communicate with the seatbelt module unless I beg the ABS module guy to give me his code and info so that I can get into it, so that I can have it communicate. What the fuck? You have no control of your product because you outsourced everything. And Tesla, you will never catch up to Tesla because they're literally copying what you did, Ford, back in the teens and 30s when you revolutionized automotive and the V8 in the Model A. So we can talk about that for a little bit, how Ford is just used to be this powerhouse. And all of a sudden, they're now looking up to Tesla. That's not even a 20 or 30-year-old company. Now, let's talk about the V8 Cobra that's supposed to be coming out. The supercharged 5.2-liter V8 Cobra manual. Supposedly, that's going to be coming out. Very good. I love it. The GTD was so stupid to me because it was unattainable. It was unattainable. $300,000 multi-matic build derpity derp? For who? The ultra rich car collector. So if you got if you got a nut looking at the GTD and said, this is, you're an idiot. Now, if the Cobra comes out, first of all, barbed wire tattoos are coming back. That's right, barbed wire tattoos are on their way. Tattoo artists, get good at making barbed wire tattoos. They're going to come back. Second of all 3 Cobras are going to go up in value, believe it or not. Or down, I wonder. Because Now it's not the last Cobra. If you have an '04 Cobra in your garage, do you say, yeah, the Cobra's coming back, or do you go, fuck, I thought I had the last one? Like Shelby's 13 to 14, they're GT500s, not a Cobra. So if they come up with another actually, GT500 is 2020 and up. So it's not the last of anything. You could say it's the last manual, last of the S197, but that don't mean shit. I don't know how value will be affected if Ford comes out with an S650 Cobra, but just like Leon Phelps says, good call, the weight. If it makes 850 horsepower, which is like high 700 rear wheel horsepower, but it weighs 4,200 pounds. I'm sorry, Ford. Cool in theory, terrible in application. Terrible. I mean, 4,200 pounds. What does a GT500 weigh right now? A 2020 GT500 weighs at least 4,000 pounds. So you're going to have a manual transmission that's going to have close to 600 pound-feet of torque at the motor. What transmission available right now can take that abuse? The T56 Magnum XL. That's it. That's the only one. Or a Viper Spec T56 if you want to go back that far. Now, is Tremec involved with Ford in developing a Billy Badass transmission to fit behind an 800 horsepower 5.2 in a car that's going to weigh 4,000 plus pounds? So a Challenger, a manual Hellcat Challenger is what you're going to build.
Hellcats and track hole.
That's what you're going to build? In an S650 chassis? And that's going to be a straight line car, right? Cobras are not meant to turn. It's going to be a straight line car. So if the GT, the Dark Horse, are like GTs and 350s, then the Cobra, will there be another submodel? Boss? GT500? S650? I don't know. Now, seeing that this supposedly high horsepower Cobra might be coming out, this might be the end. I don't know, based on current laws, that these cars are going to continue to be made unless they carry a gas guzzler tax, and that means this is only for the rich, not ultra rich. The GTD is for the ultra rich, influencer, big money motherfucker. But the Cobra is going to be for the rich, aka people like me. People that make over $100,000 a year, people that can afford multiple vehicles, people that want to have a high-end toy, like a Viper, like a McLaren, not uber rich, but $100,000 a year, you can swing a $120,000 car. Hell, some of you guys buy $60,000 cars and you make $45,000 a year. So if you make $110,000, $120,000, $180,000 a year, $110,000, $120,000 car before markup, that's the other one, before markup, that car might be $180,000 if you want to get your hands on it really quickly. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about how Tesla is making Ford look stupid by using Ford's game plan from the 30s and 1910s to 1930s, which is funny. It's like exactly 100 years. It's like exactly 100 years later, Tesla is using Ford's playbook to beat Ford. And then will the Cobra come out? How much is it going to be? What transmission is it going to use? And how is the aftermarket going to be excited about it? Clutch manufacturers, huge. Mantic, Centerforce, RPS, blah, blah, blah. They're probably going to use a similar style, 26 blind, blah, 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 blah. But the aftermarket's going to love it. The aftermarket's going to go, this is a boom. The DCT in the GT500 was such a dud because there was nothing you can do. To this day, where is it? To this day.
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 You still can't tune that motherfucker. You still can't tune that motherfucker. Could you imagine? I went too fast, Daddy. Almost got burned. So, if a manual transmission Cobra comes out, I think that's going to be awesome. The aftermarket will love it. Transmission, MGW will be relevant again. Remember that scene in Coming to America where Eddie Murphy was going to take Lisa McDowell to his apartment, but his brother had hooked it up, Arsenio Hall had hooked it up, and he's like, no, I want her to think that I'm poor. I can't let her see this beautiful apartment because I want her to think I'm poor. So he said, now let's go out to eat. And he took Simi's money, Arsenio Hall, Simi, his servant, put it in a McDonald's bag, and he went for a walk by the Hudson with Lisa McDowell. And he gave the money to the guys he did a movie with, and they're like, Mortimer, we're back. That's how MGW is going to act once they see, and Barton. That's right, Barton. That's right, MGW. You might have a complete new platform to make a shifter off of, and the shifter wars will be on again. Good shit. Good stuff. Let's check it out. Someone said 60s, 70s most likely wouldn't fit. That transmission was a waste in my opinion. That trans will be destroyed. Did the S650 wait? My next car won't be a Ford. Trust isn't there anymore. Same. People go, I still believe in Ford. What do you believe in? Did you think they're going to make a 3,200-pound Cobra with a 5.2 in the front? You think Ford is cool? You think Ford is making cool products? They're giving you fat fuck cars and talk about how much power they make. They're selling you big fat bitches with big tits. That's it. That's it. You ever go out with it? You ever see a dating profile and the girls from chest up and it's just all tit and a pretty slightly chubby face? That's the Dark Horse. That's the Cobra. That's the S650. A fat chick with a big rack. And then when you zoom out, you're like, oh shit, she's fat. So Ford is not giving you anything that you want. You want a $150,000 V8 with a stick? Is that what you want? That's available right now. It's called a Viper. You want a excuse me, or a ZR1, C7 ZR1. You want a stick shift, high horsepower car that's really freaking fat? Plenty out there. $100,000+? Stop it. Now, if Ford was, I don't know, if they had balls, if Ford had a set of nuts in there, and we're just, sucking all the dick all the time, doing stupid stuff, they'd give you a lightweight option. They'd give you a lightweight option. Drag pack. Oh, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. It's all about the angles. Ford needs to follow Dodge's super stock recipe and put smaller brakes on it so you can fit 17-inch rears and 18-inch fronts and put drag radials on it from the factory. All they need to do is make a lightweight option. It has to be light. Ford, let's say this Cobra is going to happen. Why can't you just make it light? Bare bones bullshit. Less work. Bare bones. No warranty. No warranty. Fuck the warranty. Do a limited powertrain warranty. Trans and motor. 15,000 miles. 3,600 pounds. Drag pack with a little roll bar. 10's stick shift factory. 10's stick shift factory. That means with modification and maybe if you open source the tuning, voila, we have a 9-second stick shift car. No. And then the Schleckenbergs, the Steve Schleckenbergs come back and go, oh, they should make it'd be more useful if it was a turning car. Well, Steve Schleckenberg, let me tell you something. The Challenger, Charger, Trackhawk, and Durango outsold Ford. None of them bitches can handle. None of them bitches can stop. None of them cars can turn worth a shit. But they can slide on the ops like a motherfucker.
Quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick, ayy. Quarter pound, half a pound, whole pound, ayy.
No. You got to make it more useful so they can do 6 minutes in the Nürburgring. Shut up. Watch them do that Cobra like they did the Bronco straight. Trash, says Rodrigo Aragon. My brother gave up on Ford and he got an AMG G-Wagon. Couldn't convince him to get the Raptor R for the price. Jeremy Hugland says 19350R or 2020 Track Pack, which is the better. Well, I don't know what you want to do. It's apples and oranges. One is a supercharged DCT car. The other guy is an NA 3160 car. It's like, you can't compare the two. Mikey says, seems like the last cool thing Ford did was adding a line lock to whatever year that was, as far as for GTs. Right, 2015 and up have line locks. All of them. Well, with the little doohickey track apps thing in the front. That's about it. Like direct connecting, selling a shell charger. No, they do that now. No, not a shell. But goddamn it, Ford, you can't sell someone a drag pack version of the Cobra. And again, Steve Schleckenberg, who heel toes all the time, like the dickhead that heel toes on his way to work. Well, you work at Dunkin' Donuts, man. Why are you heel toeing? Shut the fuck up. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Oh yeah, I'm a better driver than Alex. Alex sucks. What would you like today? I'd like a medium French vanilla, cream and sugar. Coming right up. Shut up, stupid. The only turning people to care about is in circles at the intersection. Built Ford Top Ford Racing died. It's about Built Ford Proud, Ford Performance. What kind of performance? Who knows? They perform at sucking that bitch up. Grab it from the bottom, dale vuelta, and speed on it, and take it all the way down. Great performance. Oh, what's that sound? It's my Ford Proud vehicle. What is that? It's trying to start. It's trying to start. It's having a real tough time starting. It's making a bunch of weird sounds for it to start. Oh, it's Built Ford Proud. Fuck me. It's over. But I think it'd be good if they came out with a manual, 800 horsepower, anything, because the aftermarket will support it. Axles. Here we go. Axles. Let's go. Drive shafts. Shifters. Cross members, lightweight cross members, dumb shit you don't need. Just constant aftermarket support and the tuning. Look, these vehicles won't come out until 2025 at least. So that means it's 2023 now. I have at least 2 more years if they unlock the tuning for S650 in the next year or two. And please, I hope that in a year, software works to flash a vehicle. Oh my effing Lord. Have you ever seen... Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Because even though people say that they don't watch the show, they watch the show. And you know who's going to be getting a phone call tomorrow if I talk some shit? John Lund, because they try to get you fired. I know this industry better than anybody. And the first thing, instead of accepting constructive criticism and fixing your product, they try to get you fired. Be careful, Alex, not to get bad blood in the hurricane, Alex. Now, look, check it out. I knew you guys were going to talk about that. So I'm going to give you an example of where I'm at, where the hurricane is, and there is nothing to worry about. But I appreciate, who needs your thoughts and prayers. Not that that's going to work, because if you pray, that hurricane is still going to fucking do what it's going to do, no matter how much you pray. So right now, at this moment, this is where I'm at, and this is where the hurricane is. Right? I'm here. The part that has nothing going on, a couple of outer bands, 10 bands, 50 bands, right here, bam. Now I got a couple of bands coming. Then, right here, the Lunds are in this area. The Lunds are gonna get walloped. So the best we can hope, this guy turns straight up. But the problem is all this shit, the storm surge, everything here, Cedar Key and all this stuff is going to be underwater tomorrow, unfortunately. Awful, awful. But the Lunds are here. Hopefully they'll be okay. They got the outer bands. This is where tornadoes happen. This is where really high winds happen. If you were on this side, it's all different. This side, it is intense. I'm all the way over here. Chilling, doing my thing. It's already nice out. I can take a ride. Unless this guy becomes a problem. Let's hit play. Let's see what this is going to do. Yeah, these bands are coming, so I ain't about that life. Yeah. I'm good. I'll probably have a little wind later tonight, but this sucker looks like it's turning, and they're going to slap the Lunds, man. It's going to slap the Lunds hard. So they went home early. So, guys, if you are delayed in getting your tuning tomorrow, it's because they're probably recovering from a tornado, or a bunch of trees down, or flooding. So if you're a Lund Racing customer, I'm the only guy probably sending tunes tomorrow. Riviera Beach, Florida. Yes, sir. Does this mean my Cobra won't hold its value? I wonder. I wonder how the Cobra is going to affect the value if a Cobra comes out. I wonder how it's going to affect the values of older Cobras. I'm in Gainesville this week. I'm dropping my son at University of Florida. Well, you're inland, so you're not going to be super bad, but I wouldn't be there long. I'd get the fuck out of there. Built Ford Proud hot dogs taste like shit. Just play the storm. Just play Sandstorm and do some training. Better watch what you say. Alex, Ford may not want to work with you downing their platform. No, not Ford. Now Ford. I'm not talking about Ford. I'm talking about flashing a vehicle. It's 2023, man. It's 2023. You know, I don't know. I can't talk about it. I legitimately cannot talk about it because it upsets me, but at the same time, it doesn't upset me. The customer suffers. The customer is the one missing out. And then we're left holding the bag. We're left going, how do you fix this? I don't know. It's not our shit. All we do is do this and that, and whatever else is on them. But the customer doesn't see it that way. The customer goes, you sell it. You sold it to me. It showed up in the mail from your address. Why aren't you supporting it? They have a point. Hey, Alex, love the show. Sorry for getting off topic, but I have a bad head gasket on my 17 Mustang GT. Bad head gasket? What caused the bad head gasket? Can I remove the head with the motor still in the car, or do I have to pull the motor? No, you can pull the head with the motor still in the car, but why do you have a blown head gasket, 1Slow50? If you have a blown head gasket, you probably have other issues. Mustangs don't just pop head gaskets unless the block or something in the aluminum has been compromised. I'll give you an example. The VMP car that I bought, the red car, this guy, she's up there somewhere. Oh, my jaw's killing me. Fuck, I'm talking too much, and the wisdom teeth really, really hurt when I talk a lot. So I'm going to slow down a little bit. Had a head gasket issue. I did a power balance test, and number 7 was down. So we were just going to replace the head gasket. Then we looked at it closer, and it come to find out that the sleeve, the cylinder stock sleeve, had a crack in it. So at the end of the day, that crack caused a leak that made me think it was a head gasket, but it was just high cylinder pressure from 20 freaking 5 degrees of timing, not tuned by me. And it ended up burning up. So we had to get a new motor, new block. So be careful. Excuse me. Just got my base file for my pump gas ESS G2 GT car. What should I NGK 10 6510 be gap to? 26. Why would they tell you what? Why would the tuner tell you what to gap your plugs at? This is like it's 10 years into the Coyote game. 10 years into the Coyote game. 28,000, or if you want to be safe, for 26,000. Since the beginning of time of every boosted Coyote in the history of boosted Coyotes. Come on, Riley. Come on, man. Why do people think Ford's going to work with Alexander Lund Racing? That would be smart on Ford's part. Nobody accused Ford of being smart. Could you imagine how badass of a product the Mustang would be if Ford reached out to the best Ford tuners on the planet? Let's not piss off a lot of people. The best Ford Mustang tuners and F-150 tuner V8. The best V8 Ford tuners on the planet. Ford, why are you so weird about reaching out and giving full unfettered access to your calibrations to the best that do it? Do you have like someone in your ear saying, nah, don't fuck with them. They're only going to make your product better. Don't fuck with them. They're almost going 6s with a 6R80. Don't mess with them. The fastest Coyotes on the planet with a factory computer are tuned by them. Could you imagine if Elon Musk released his Tesla? And by the way, the full self-drive thing is going to be another game changer for licensing. But we'll talk about that another time because that could take a whole episode. Imagine somebody broke into Tesla software, manipulated it in such a way to make the product better, goes on Twitter or X and says, I have broken into the software and I'm able to extend the range, cut down the 0 to 60 times, and not hurt the car. I think there's some things in the code that can be improved upon. Do you think Elon Musk would say, lawyers, get a cease and desist letter out to this guy right now? Or would he call them and say, reach out to that gentleman and see if he wants to be part of the team? Because if there is legit geniuses at work making your product better, and again, I'm not that guy. I'm a file sharer, okay? Understand this. I am not talking about myself. I don't give a shit about binary. I don't give a shit about code. I don't give a shit about reversing files. I don't give a shit. My job is the delivery device. My job is to get you as many files with the vetted files that junior and senior come up with. And my job is to adjust them so they perform the best and get it out the door. I don't give two shits about programming or learning programming. Okay? Let's just get that out the way because I don't care. But if Ford sees Lund doing this and doesn't even try to say, we want to work with you to make our product better. What do you need? Psst. Dude, we are working with both hands tied behind our backs. Understand that. Software. The fact that everyone steals Lund's files. Nobody's stealing Palm Beach Dino files. Nobody's stealing Rob files. Why? Because they're Lund files. But nobody's stealing any other tuner's files. There isn't a forum dedicated to reversing anyone else's but Lund's files. Yeah, we know about that. Dedicated to reversing it. But Ford doesn't care. Ford goes, let's get Stang mode stuff. Because it's about a budget to push the product. Not R&D. What do you guys know? There are people right now that have the kiss of Ford. You know what the kiss of Ford is, right? It means that, excuse me, they have access to Ford's exporting tools. Meaning like they have access to A2Ls and C files, like the shit that, the raw stuff. And they have the kiss that don't know how to tune as good as Lund. That copy Lund transmission tuning and put it in their base files. Don't get me started on that. So that means people that get the kiss of Ford reverse a Lund tune and see what are they doing that's so good? Why do their tunes just work? A Ford and Lund collab would be too good. Imagine Lund Racing. Okay, and it's imagine we're a boxer, and they don't allow us to wear certain gloves. Hell, the glove manufacturer pulled out and said we don't want to support the fact that you're boxing with our gloves. We don't like the fact that you're boxing with our gloves, so we are going to take your gloves away. But we're still going to box. Yeah, but you got to do it without our gloves. Okay, then we'll do it with the gloves that we got. And the gloves that you got are big, massive, soft, pillowy gloves. And we still knock everybody out. That's exactly what's happening. We have been throttled back by the industry. And I don't know why. I am blown away that not everyone is jumping on the bandwagon. If you have a device to sell that's good and you're willing to take some direction from us based on what we want, you would kill it. You would kill it. What's a lot of device sales? What's it? Someone said this is pre-recorded. What's a lot of device sales? Oh. Like a month. Tell me how many devices you guys think is a lot for a month. 10? 50? 100? I think I lifted ahead. I have a Gen 3R, E85, 17 PSI. I'm losing. A little coolant, none in the oil. Just puff out white smoke on startup. What should I do to know if it's a head gasket? You got to pull it out. Heyo, and check that the sleeve isn't cracked. That's what I would do. Has anyone ever reached out to Lund from Ford? No. Never. That would come with following EPA and gas mileage laws, though. No, not necessarily. We're not going to tune their cars. We want access, meaning for Ford, so they can sell out a Ford dealership. We want to tune cars and have the best performing cars possible. You look so weird. You're going to scratch my shit up, dude. You're scratching my shit up. You got to go. You're You're scratching my shit up. You got to You got to go. You got to go. Dude. Okay. Fucking dog. I love that dog. Spill some tea, Alex. It's time to bring back calling people out on bullshit. I can't because calling these people out is gonna potentially have me fired. What I want to say would surely get me fired. Cute Shih Tzu. Yeah, Red Dog is Shih Tzu. There. Savage 50 says 18 twin turbo RPG built motor. Wanted to give a shout out to Lund. Hit 800 horsepower, 91 in meth, 11 pounds. Car feels amazing. E90 coming soon. Jesus. 10% of total Mustangs in the U.S. I'm being targeted for owning an HPT MPV1 that I can't find in my shop. Okay. Just seen a video of Instagram steady advertising an H-pipe and legit use a dark horse and bang it off the limiter for like 10 seconds. Stop it. Lund Sr. is the new era Carroll Shelby. Wow, that's an interesting way of putting it. Is he a modern era Carroll Shelby? No, Carroll Shelby had the kiss of Ford. But if you're saying modern era best Ford tuner on the planet, yeah, absolutely. Imagine Carroll Shelby back in his day was not getting any Ford support. Ford didn't want nothing to do with him. Meanwhile, he is making their product look better, and people die for his product. Ford doesn't care. Ford doesn't care. That's how up in the clouds they are. They have no idea what's happening on the ground level. Alex, question for you. If you can't get the 14 GT500 to hook on the street, how are you going to get 1,000 horsepower 350 to run deep, 60 to 130 on the street? Boost controller, ramp tinker? No. Configuration. The solid rear axle, 275 or 325, whatever, 3-link suspension sucks on the street and at the track. The 3-link suspension isn't all that good. An IRS car hooks better on a roll than a solid rear axle car that is configured like that. I know you're going to say, what are you talking about? I've seen a Nova with a mini tub. Yeah, you got a steamroller for tires. But a solid rear axle car does not hook as good as a IRS car. ZR1s is a great example. ZR1 is front heavy as hell. IRS, big honking tire in the back. 345. Bam! 1,000 horsepower Corvettes hook on a roll. S550 Mustangs with a 315 rear tire. 315, 50, 17, ET Suite R. If you set up the suspension properly, will hook better on a roll. The GT500 has anti-sway bar, has a tightened front end, which I have to loosen up for the street. It's got limiters, it's got coilovers, and it's slammed at the front. So I got to make it, actually transfer weight. So I have to loosen that up, which is, again, part of the whole deal. But I'm not going to do it now. It's a freaking tornado outside. So I don't think I'm going to be able to. And twin turbo has an inherent delay in power. Like a boop. And yes, you can ramp power in. A TVS solid rear axle manual GT500 is instant power. That car's a drag car. If I can get it to hook, great, but I'm not going to go out of my way to make it hook. Can I go threes, 60 to 130 with a GT500? Probably, but less safely. That car can lose control a lot easier than an IRS car can on a roll, in my opinion, based on my experience. Now that's an idea. Why doesn't Lund make a specialty car like Roush does? Oh, so be $1 billion company. Oh, that's an idea. Let me just... Roush is $1 billion company. Not because of the Roushes. Not because of the Mustang. Not because of the F-150. Roush is $1 billion company because it is an insane engineering firm. They mess with ours, side-by-sides. They have they make almost every plastic for side-by-sides on the planet. They have R&D stations for engines. They have an engine assembly plant. They actually even have a place where you rebuild Rolls-Royce engines for certain airplanes. Like, stop. Roush is not a car company. There's a difference in torque between a 5.8 PD blower and a high-revving 5.2. That twins that don't come on instantly. Exactly. It's built-in traction control. IRS Cobra hooks way better than an SRA Cobra on a roll. Exactly. Alex laying it out simple. Wide tires equals more surface on contact, which translates to how well the car hooks up. ESS G3 HO blower picks on IG today. ESS still developing the platform. Very good sign. ESS is going to have a decade's worth of vehicles to put blowers on. The S550 and S650 share the same fucking frame. So if they make the same frame, get rid of the upper intake, put a single throttle body in it, bada bing, bada boom, same as 15 to 23. All they have to do is offer a manifold swap. That's where the tuning comes into play. If you can make a dual throttle body, dual cold air setup, suck in from one throttle body, because that's all you need. Okay, I've had guys go 4.6s with a one throttle body. I've had guys, we've gone almost 6s with a single throttle body. 2 throttle bodies, all of a sudden, is going to make a big difference. So a single throttle body swap is going to be more sought after on S650 than dual throttle body swap, dual cold intakes on a 15 to 23. Built for speed. I got a set of ID1000 and FIC 1000, which I would recommend from my 14 built motor, packs in, hoping for 800 horsepower. Both of them will get the job done. The ID1000s will tune a little easier. The ID1000s will have a little bit better startup, but you'll save a lot more money on the FICs if you want to do that. And they'll perform great. Alex, you're going to take the GT500 back to more of a stock look to get more buyers interested? Yes. In terms of wheels. Like eventually it's going to get a set of 20s and it's going to live on 20s on the street because it's useless right now with skinnies and drag radials. So on the street, a nice set of 20s. Maybe I can call up Ford Star and go, hey, how about some 20 by 11s in the back and some 20 by 9s in the front? Big R888s in the back. And choppity chop and show off and get that bitch, clear, and then get the AC back in it and stuff. Or what's going to happen is this, more than likely. Keep it as is. Go to the track. Run at $899 for sale. Out of my life. I don't have to do anything. I don't want to put more money into that car. Guys, I bought it for $60-something thousand. Cash. Now, the seller was nice enough to give me a private loan, basically. So no interest rate. Paid it off in 2 years. 2 years! You know how hard it was to pay off $60,000 after taxes in 2 years? Whew! It's like $20,000. It's like $12,000 a quarter. It was not easy, but I did it. So I put another 12 to 14 between, transmission was $10,500. I was able to reuse the drive shaft and cut it down to make it fit, saving some money. Engine build was over $11,000. So out of my pocket, I got $80,000 into this car. Plus. So I just want it out of my life for 60 once it runs 8. But Alex, 2 is more than 1. 28, 10.5, Mickey Thompson at 14 beside, front stretch set to full loose, anti-roll bar set to neutral on the driver's side. Oh, shut up. So much bullshit. He thinks he knows my setup. Yeah, they're all the same. No, you don't know what's going on under my car at all. Alex, what do you think about the DCT delete on Gen 1? I don't know what he's doing. Alex, Plaid will break records with a midget driving. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it's not funny. We all know it. The guys, the Boosted Boys, put a little person in the car and it ran a number. Just like I said, it's a jockey. Literally a jockey. Most cars that are really fast are not driven by the owner. Because if the owner's successful, he's fat. And he's worth too much money. A guy that's worth $3 to $5 million will be stupid to race a car himself. He's worth too much. Just go get a jockey. Stick him in there. If his head gets chopped off in a crash, vaya con Dios. Build another car, get another one. But people that are out there like racing their cars that they built and they're worth big money, they're stupid, brave, but stupid. They're going to have to put CD players back in the new Cobra. You know those dudes have a Static X CD ready to go. Don't sell Section 8. Oh, okay. So just have 3 hot rods and nowhere to work on them. Got it. Alex, I have Paxton Gen 2. Going to build the motor soon. Would you recommend RPG? If you're going to make less than 1,000 horsepower, get an illuminator. High compression illuminator. Please, please, please understand the amount of data I have, the amount of things I've seen, the amount of stuff I've gone through to say those words. And you guys still won't listen to me. If you're looking to make under 1,000 horsepower, you go get yourself an illuminator from Ford, high compression variant. Vaya con Dios. Hi Alex, quick question. I have a Lund Racing N-Gauge married to my car and tried to do a crank wheeling, but the functions tab is not available under the diagnostic tabs. Any idea why that is? Gerardo, go update the firmware. Google Lund Racing firmware update. Follow the directions. See if it comes up then. Quasimodo predicted all this. I like how they go DCT swap to 350. I love that. So let me ask you, Badger GT500, how would you tune it? What do you mean? Just oh, wait. Yeah, how would you tune it? Yeah, no shit. How would you tune it? Tell me how you would tune that. Stick a G, and they'll say the dumbest thing like, stick a GT500 computer in it. Got it. Sell Section 8 and Hush Money. No, Hush Money stays. Hush Money, what did I get? $3,000 for Hush Money? I'd sell the GT500 and the Notch. Keep the ZR1, get a house, buy a V3 or a Viper. You said get an MMR motor, Alex? Bet. Would you sell Hush Money if someone offers $60K for it after Cage and Mini Tub? No, nobody's that stupid. Nobody is that stupid. What's the fascination with the 2650? I've seen 2650 LT1s not crack 600 wheels. Stop it, James Williams. You're sounding really silly right now. James Williams. You're sounding really silly right now. The 2650 has made almost 1,300 horsepower. I'm talking about the rotor pack. 1,300 horsepower almost out of a 2.6 liter blower. What's the big deal with the 2650? I don't know where the hell you've been. You still have 13.8-inch rear rotors on GT500. About to do my conversion. Come on, I have 15s in the back. ESPN 30 for 30, Hush Money. That notch though, I love the notch, but it's got to go también. You know, it's not that good. It's not that clean of a car. It's a nice car. Look, I got it from the parts farm, so you know it's been through some shit. Got the wiring cleaned up. Got the transmission fixed up. Got the clutch fixed up. I want to run 10s NA, 9 stick. Vaya con Dios, out of my life también. The manual is what makes the 350. The 350 would be badass. 1,000 horsepower weekend driver, correct. So I have a beautiful 14 GT500. It has the potential of running 8s. It might make 1,100 horsepower. It is a useless car to drive unless you're just going to cruise and chill. The Kenny Bell 168 drives like absolute butt cheeks. But at wide open throttle, it's pretty good. Like, I wish I could stick a CJ65 in it and it'll drive a lot better. And I might do that because I might have to limit the power the car makes. If I can limit, if it makes 1100, that's useless to me. So I can get a CJ65 in there, choke it, bring boost from 20. It made 25 pounds of boost, guys, with a 2.4 upper and a 10% lower. 12-to-1 compression, 5.8 liter. Like, listen to these words, guys. 12-to-1 compression, ported everything, cammed, E85, 25 pounds of boost. Evil. Like, you don't understand what I got there. I have an evil combination. So I might have to limit it and choke it and maybe live at high 900s and see if it's more drivable. Thank you, Bryson Wood. I appreciate it. The car is gorgeous. Every single time I bring it out, it just gets like, people are like, that thing is fucking badass, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, thank you. But I'm sweating in it because it's so hot. No AC. I wouldn't even trust MMR. I'm not going to say it. I know it'll do that, but why sell it to folks who aren't going to use the capacity? Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. A lot of people don't need a 2650. A lot of people just think that they're going to get bigger is better. For example, I think it's so stupid if you're going to be under 800 horsepower to get a 2650. It is so dumb. A 2.3 liter whips up faster, is efficient as hell, makes cool noises, and gives you all the freaking torque. I don't understand the people that go bigger blower and try to, like, the efficiency is out the window. Like the G3 HO that's going to come out. So if you have an ESS G2 and you're making 600 rear wheel horsepower at 10 pounds of boost, do not buy the G3 HO and stick it at 10 pounds of boost. You'll probably make less power. You're probably not spinning that impeller fast enough, and it's nowhere near its efficiency island. We talked about compressor maps in the video, and it might not even feel as good. It might make similar peak horsepower, but at the bottom, you'll feel like total ass. Like I see people stick a 2650 and put a 92 millimeter dinner plate on it. Pulley like this. Because this is the 10 PSI pulley. On the 2650 on pump gas. Just straight stupid. I have a 2.3 liter in the LT1. Low LS1. LS9. Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. I have a 2.3 in my ZR1. The LS9. Stock cam. It's generating 20 pounds of boost, but that's really because of its restriction. No cam in it. And if I was on E85, the car would make 800 wheel. 800 wheel in a 3,300 pound car on E85 is dumb fast. Team says, thank you. We agree. These folks will spend the money on the shit they don't need. Shit, 25 pounds of boost moving out like that. I'm over here on 20, not doing shit. Time for a motor. Fuck it. Kel for Alex, certain Chinese blower company might not like that you're saying a 10 liter blower isn't needed. If you consider a 3.8 liter blower on your Mustang from Whipple and you're not making 1,300 wheel, you're a psycho. You're a psycho. A 3.0 can do it all. The Gen 5 front feed 3.0 is perfect. And it does not need anything to make 1,000. 1,000, 20%, 3.5 upper, E85, 22 degrees, ID 1300, return to fuel system. There's your 1,000. Done. Derek Barron got a free Gen 3R just to make 720. Embarrassing. A 2650 on stock bottom NLT1 is kind of stupid anyway. You can only make 8 to 10 PSI safely. ESS G2 versus G3 on 10 PSI. The G3 makes on average 30 more wheel horsepower. This I agree. But the HO is bigger. That's what I'm talking about. Talk about bigger being worse. 3.8 Whipple on the GT500. What a dud. Yeah, that is embarrassing. Like the 3.8, unless you're making 11 or 1,200, you have to whip up that 3.8 to make power, and you have to RPM the car. The stock blower ported is like from Kong. You take your, this is the combo. Take your stock 2650, send it to Kong, get that sucker figured out, hogged out, do the runners, the whole shit, Bring it, put it in your car. 20% lower. Who the fuck knows what upper? I don't know. 2.4, 2.3. I don't know. 1,000 horsepower. Useless because your DCT is going to lock, boom, just neutral out in the middle of a shift. Jose Gonzalez, thank you for the money. I appreciate that very much. Again, guys, super chats highly appreciated. Memberships are the way to get my heart. Will the Whipple ever go back to the GT5 on the GT500? My guess, yes. Okay, that's a good question. I think I'm going to put the 4.5 liter back on because I need to limit the power. So the 2650 is power now. And even a 3.0 pulley on that thing will be loose at the bottom. Hear me out. If I want to soften up the bottom, you put a bigger blower on it. The 2650 whips up so quickly. Did you see the data log that I put up? It saw 25 psi at 5,000 RPMs. I can shift that motor at 8. 7,900. I think it has a hard limiter. But that doesn't mean it keeps making boost. That means it peaks at 25 and then flattens out. Every TVS goes whoop and then flattens out. The Whipple goes like this, like a slow rise. So if I want to make that car more usable on the street, believe it or not, putting a bigger blower on it with a bigger pulley and keep the boost the same at about 24 to 25 PSI will probably be more beneficial for that car to hook on the street than with a TVS that whips up super hard at low RPMs. Excuse me. Bolt-on imported stock below 500 will make 1,000 horsepower. Yep. Easy. Easy. ID 1700s or 1300s. Fuel system. Actually, I don't even think you need a fuel system, do you? I think E85 booster pump, 1300s can probably make 1,000. All the AFR questions, go watch Cleater for answers. Anybody ever see this problem? Air fuel in park. Oh, stop it. Air fuel in park. Air fuel in park. Air fuel in park. Like, why do people care about air fuel in park? If you have concerns, data log it, send it in. If you need to limit the power, just DCT swap it. That's funny. Take it to the dyno first on the Of course, guys. It is dyno ready right now. I'm going to stick the other 15s on it that has the 315 tires on it, 31550s. I'm going to stick those tires on it because the dyno rips up tires. The knurling on the drum rips up tires. So I'm going to stick the other 15s in it, take it to the dyno, do the thing, see what it makes. Put the air pressure at 28, 30 so that it, transfers the power nicely. And we'll see how much power she makes on the TVS with ice. On 2.4 pulley. See, measure boost. Look at the tune. Again, I'm on 15 degrees. What I'm going to have to do is make a pull to 5,000. Look at the log. Pull to 6,000. Look at the log and pull plugs. It's 12-to-1 compression. It's not time to fuck around. Look at the plugs. See where the timing is on the strap. If the timing is close to the threads, I'm like, I can't do shit. If it's in the middle, okay, we can party. Look, and I'm going to run it on the richer side for safety. 7.5 Lambda, 7.6. Stock, these things are 7.7. So 7.5 Lambda, cap the timing at 15 degrees. See what it makes? I'm willing to go up to 19 degrees tops if the timing on the plug itself tells me it's a good look. But I have to be careful. So it's going to be a long dyno session. AFR in park, right? Who the hell cares about air fuel in park? I'm sure you already mentioned this, but in the GG, okay. Yes, I know the G3HO. I'll send a log once I get rolling on the floor laughing. What cams do you recommend on a Gen 2 Coyote with a TVS Supercharger stock cams? I mean, stock cams. Why are a lot of people coming over from the LS and LT stuff and thinking that a cam is necessary on Coyote? I had a customer today. And look, the nice thing about having me as a tuning agent, is I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to lay the law down and go, okay, what do you want to do? Well, I want to put cams in my car. What's done to it? Nothing. Nothing? Stock cold air? Stock intake manifold? Yep. And you want to put cams in it? Yep. You will see no gains, sir. I don't care. I want to put cams in it. Why? Because I want to. Even though you will see no gains and you'll actually experience a loss of torque. You good? Yep. Here's the tune. Vaya con Dios. Don't expect anything but loss of torque. Stock cold air. Stock manifold. And you put cams in it? Okay. Whatever happened to Kenny Bell Superchargers in the Supercharger game? They were sold to AccuFab. AccuFab bought Kenny Bell. Y vaya con Dios. Alex, my fan is turning on in park. What's AFR Central Park? AFR in Yosemite National Park. Sent you a reel on the Instagram for the Steeda stupidity. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Instagram. Oh, my Lord. Instagram, the computer's straight ass. So, Steeda was banging it off the rev limiter? Chudo Montana? No, it's not you. He said I'm dying, Alex. Heel toes all the time. Like the dickhead that heel toes on his way to work. Bro, you work at Dunkin' Donuts, man. Why are you heel toeing? Yo, you went up to my requests. You're in my requests, bro. Here we go. Steeda coming at you. A little Steeda bouncing it off the rev limiter coming at you. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Cloud chase. Oh, my Lord. What are you doing? Steeda, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. I do not condone this action. This needs to stop. Whoever your social media manager is that is allowing to slam shit off the rev limiter as to show that how bad. Look, now that's the sauce. Look at that. Less, what? Less eco, more boost says now that's the sauce. Congratulations. Yeah, that's going to be my new sound clip. Hey, Steeda, could you send me that as a sound clip? And you know what? They're going to probably want us to tune it when it come. Hey, Lund, we need a tune. Okay. Which one? The Dark Horse? Yeah, the one you slammed off the limiter for about a year? Yeah. Okay, so, you know, I hope the engine's good. What the hell are you doing? It's like the squid sound effect. We make fun of that. I am blown away that Steeda car people are slamming new cars off the limiter. Oh, I can't. The Mustang community is fucking ass. Ass. All y'all motherfuckers are ass. Bouncing it off the limiter. What's next? Flames? You're just old and grumpy. No, I'm not a homo. Like this isn't good. Who the fuck think that's good? I'm sorry. I can't. I cannot condone that shit. They'll get screamed at too. I don't care. The fuck are you doing? Jesus. Modern car guys would still buy a loud exhaust even if it was proven to lose horsepower. He actually spelled lose properly. Oh, pump gears. I'm my head out. Steeda going in for the brap up up. Exactly. But my limiter goes ratatata. Hellcats and Trackhawks are out. Mustangs and Rev limiters are in. Right. Steeda flame kit coming. Steeda getting ready to give the BMW meet. Can't wait to hear the S650s bouncing off the rev limiter at side shows. Was that the new key rev? Bouncing the rev limiter like the Ford nut huggers on the bitch. Flame maps, Flames Underglow, the Snack Pack GT500, first X50 to hit your local takeover. Sasso, man. That's Sasso. I don't get it. I'll never understand why people think this is silly.
Ooh, what's that smell? Sasso, man. That's Sasso. Used to be wrong.
We'll never condone that kind of stuff. And you know, they love this. Steeda loves this. Because now I'm talking about it. And now a bunch of fucking homos go, wait, what? Steeda sells an H-pipe? Let's go look. Oh, man, that's it. Like, they probably think no publicity is bad. Like, there is no such thing as bad publicity. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. See, they're going to hit up Lund for that Park Rev tune. Bang Chicks, not Rev Limiter. Sticks to suspension. Steeda says Zach B. I'm with you. Now everybody's going to start laying their cards on the limiter. Lady T. Johnson, the dark horse will not survive the test. I love, Anthony, I love you. You listen so closely. I would consider you a super fan or a super subscriber. To say the dark horse will not survive the test, he referenced something so inside baseball on this show that you know that guy's a real fan. Was that the cracked oil pump gear map? Right. Can you tune my car, Tugbo? Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. Guys, we hear that every day. As tuners, this is what we hear. 93 tune, Steeda cold air or PMAS cold air, 18 manifold. Tune attached. Sends me a log. Looks good. Can you send me burbles and bang tunes? Excuse me, what? Yeah. I'm just requesting burble and bang tunes. We don't sell such things. Why not? 1, it affects emissions. 2, it's fucking stupid. Okay? We don't deal in the stupid. So if you want that dumb shit, we're not the ones. We don't deal in the stupid. We just don't. Now your GT500 audio clip has competition. That was him doing a burnout before a street race on regular radios. 20 miles on the clock and bashing the limiter. That shit hurts me. Exactly. I have no laughs after Sunday. No more. What's that smell, please? Exactly. Look, I am not here to try to make Sunday's show better. Sunday's show was the peak. That was the best show of the year. The Dark Horse Rev Limiter. Shortly after that video, Dark Horse had a TPS code. Hey, Alex, do you think Lund will tune my... Whatever. Isn't there a soft limiter? That's what I'm saying. Like, again, Ford is clout chasing. Ford, you didn't put a soft limiter in this thing? Ford, you allowed a spark cut from the factory to be the hard limiter before the soft limiter? It probably has a soft limiter in gear when it's rolling, but I'm hoping it's the launch control, but it sounds higher than that. Unbelievable. Poor Steeda. Can Lund make my car better? Okay, relax. Tuner's telling me my cams need to be locked because it's throwing a cam code after a couple of dyno pulls. Is it Lund? Michael Camacho? Is it Lund, Michael Camacho? Yes or no? And we've made 1,500 horsepower on stock. I'm sorry. VCT, we've made 1,300 horsepower with a blower. The Dark Horse needs a Touring. Okay, can you stop with the Touring tune? Putting the Dark Horse in limp mode. Steeda is now most streeter. I know it's most street because I'm most streeter.
I love Ryan Martin. He got the best of everything. I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm most street.
I got the whole clip in there. Holy shit.
I love Ryan Martin. He got the best of everything. I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm most street.
Like, I think JJ lives for racing. I want money. Like, what motivates me, right? Money. I want to be... Okay, I have this fear because I grew up poor. So only the people that have grown up poor understand the next thing I'm going to say. I fear being poor. It is emasculating. It is difficult. Like, you think poor equals welfare and living good and buying 3-liter sodas and Oreo double stuffs? No. Poor is poor. Poor is cans, recyclings, get the money back. Poor is not being able to afford food. I've been there. Been homeless. I live in daily fear that I'm going to end up there again. So I work all the time. And my main motivation in life is to never be close to broke ever. So all I do is work. And I have a fear of not being able to produce income that I think I want to make as much as possible. There's so much work out there and so much money that I'm blown away where people work a 40-hour work week and go home and relax. Now, if you make $200,000 a year in 40 hours, good for you. You made it. I don't. I have to work 80 to make what I make. And I'll work 90 if I can squeeze it in, if there is meat on that bone. So someone like a JJ the Boss, I don't know how the fuck he makes money, but all he does is race. Good for him. Do you think launching a manual is equally as aggressive as launching an auto with a trans brake for a car's rear end? No, it's way more aggressive on the manual, especially if you don't have a fuse. An automatic is in gear and is under tension. Unless the trans brake is not under tension. But once you apply it, you have the torque converter taking up the brunt of the force and multiplying the torque. But it is, for lack of a better word, softer than a clutch with pucks and gears and a drive shaft. It is a application, and then the converter lugs down, fills with fluid, flings fluid out, and then it does magic with the fins, and it multiplies the torque. So the 60-foot is better, but the initial hit is harder on a manual. These hydraulic days are in the past, exactly. I make Mike H money, exactly. If I ever start making YOLO videos again, it's over. If Alex starts making YOLO, no, it's not. No, it's not. YOLO videos will actually bring less people watch my YOLO videos. This is where I make the money. Educational content. People on YouTube want to learn. Nobody wants to see a dumbass flipping his fucking hat acting like a clown. I was broke. Unless that's what you mean. That if I start making YOLO videos, then I'm broke. What did he say? Edgar Martinez say something? What did Edgar Martinez say? Name the tuner, Camacho. Yeah, name the tuner. Name the tuner. It's a known tuner or small town guy. You got to name the tuner. If your tuner's telling you to lock out the cams in an 18 plus, does he know how to tune the car with locked out cams? It's not just a switch. It's not just a switch. You don't go to the VCT switch and uncheck it. That's not how it works. I make 100,000 plus and still tune on the side. Got to get that money. Get that money. James Williams. Good for you. Probably works for UPS. Converters don't lock up right up off the line. Exactly. I'm poor, having a couch touching the wall, but I'm double poor because I have two couches. I make 300,000 and eat McDonald's. Good for you, DSM. 100,000 is the new 60K. You're right. 100. I make well over 130,000 a year. I feel poor in Palm Beach County. That's what I meant. The gravy train is over once YOLO comes back. Exactly. Tell me about it. 1,300 miles in this semi, Mississippi to Denver, Colorado. Ain't going back, bro. When Alex the Immigrant collabs with Cletus, that's when this channel will take off. Oh, there you go. Vaya con Dios. I don't understand, Michael Camacho, and I appreciate you being on the channel. How can you be on this channel and get tuned by Palm Beach Dyno? Like, explain that to me. I don't give two shits about Palm Beach Dyno. I don't have any personal axe to grind. But they ain't us. He. It's not a they anymore. It's a he. He ain't us. So, if you're having issues, why would you be on this channel and still get tuned anywhere else? I'm blown away by that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm blown away by that. I don't get it. Is it because they're close? Is it because they tune you in person? Like, I don't understand that. No, they don't have Lund stuff because on their 18 and up stuff, I think that's their own shit. On their 18 and up stuff, I think they developed their own shit, and that ship has sailed about, anything else about the files being used. 15 to 17? I'm sorry, 11 to 17, you can make the argument that everyone is using old LUN-based files. It looks like files became available like around 2015, like publicly. I wonder how that happened. Michael Camacho says, because the car has codes that it wouldn't clear. I couldn't clear. Ended up being the wiring issues. They were the ones closest to me. They fixed the wiring issue and tuned the car. That's why I went to them. Vaya con Dios. If your car had, okay, listen to yourself and listen to yourself. I had issues with codes I couldn't clear. I took it to them. They fixed it. Car is on the dyno. Cams aren't working. They're telling me to lock out the cams. Listen to yourself. You had wiring issues. Couldn't clear the codes. Took it to them. They fixed the issue. Now during tuning, there's an issue with the cams. And now they're telling you to lock the cams. PBD is the reason I moved to London. I make about $80,000 a year. And I still work on the weekend and make more side money. Never stop the grind. I'm here religiously, but I'm tuned by Ortiz. Am I booted now? No. As long as you don't come here saying Ortiz is better. Look, if you like Ortiz as a person and you want to tune your car, bro, more power to you. But Palm Beach Channel specifically, and being on this channel, I think it's a little weird because every day you hear from this channel educational stuff, record-setting stuff, up-and-coming stuff. Like, you hear that all the time. You hear that the Black Bean made good power. You hear the Grey Goose made good power. Blue Goose. You hear all their customers, the testimonials, the track days. They're running a number. I don't understand why you would get tuned elsewhere. But like you said, maybe they're closer to you because you live in Florida. And you said, let me drop it off to them and have them fix my car. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I trust no Coyote shop in Florida. The whole motherfucking state. Panhandle to the bottom. I personally trust no Florida shop. There you go. Someone said Tito Ortiz. Stop it. Hey, would you blow me? Michael Camacho, right? So think about it. Your head code you couldn't clear. You took it to them. They fixed it. Put it on the dyno. Cams don't work. Now they want you to lock the cams up. I would go. So is there still an issue with the wiring? Like, can I don't know. Throw the stock tune back in it. See what codes pop up. Bryson Witt said they tuned my Gen 2 Coyote when I bought my GT500. They said they will not tune a monoblade throttle body. I've been lunt ever since. Stop it. I make $45K a year, but I'm probably a lot younger than most. 20 years old ain't bad at all. $45,000 a year, depending on where you're located. That's pretty good. I make 75 and have 2 side hustle. I feel poor in Miami. Javier, I get it. Papa, I'm up in Palm Beach. I make way over 100. I feel poor. Can I afford a house? No. Not here. Maybe in Okeechobee. Maybe in fucking Gainesville. Maybe in Vero. But not in Palm Beach. Locking cams due to wiring issues, but charging more money for it. That's not what... Okay. But you understand, right, James? Like, you just have to do some critical thinking. This happened. You took it there. They fixed it. Put it on the dyno. Now cams don't work. So you got to go back. Did they fix it? If you have a Coyote, send it to California. PK is great. Look, Coyote shops that I trust in Florida are 0. I'm trying to think of shops that I trust, period. Like, I almost, based on what I've done, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am at Alejandro Flores is as good as any Coyote shop. Guys, I've installed an ESS supercharger on my shit. I've installed, actually, I didn't do the work. I attempted to install the BL Fab kit until I said, I am not hacking up this car to make this thing work. No freaking way. But I was on my way until Jake came over and said, you know, you got to like cover all this up. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I brought it back to NA. I put headers on that car a million times. I tune it myself with Lund Racing files. But in terms of mechanical work, I am as good as any shop in the United States. Sorry. The difference is they do it as a business. They have a lift. They have employees. But in terms of the quality of the work being done, aside from wiring, I suck at wiring. Header install, blower install, turbo install, rear end install, configuring the car to run a badass quarter mile. I am as good as anybody in the country. I don't want to do work for anybody. I don't want to do work for anybody. Because most of the shops do this. Order a built motor, order a built trans, slap it together, charge you $25,000. Even new construction in Gainesville is over $300,000 for a townhouse. Maybe Ocala's more affordable. Ocala's going to get pummeled. Have you seen Ocala? You see where Ocala's located? I'll show you where. The last year, there have been more hurricanes the last 3 years, there have been more hurricanes in the Tampa area than in the Palm Beach area. Here's Ocala. Yeah, I'm good. I like being near the water. See, I want Vero. Vero's calling my name. Vero is calling my name right here, baby. I think I'm White City. What? I got to check that out. Port St. Lucie is Puerto Rico. Stewart is super old people. Jupiter's Tiger Woods. I'm here. It's pretty dark. So I think Vero is calling my name pretty soon because it's semi-affordable, $400,000, decent house. I can afford a $575,000 to $600,000 house, no problem. The insurance is going to be a problem. Racing with a side hustle in plumbing, Sancho Plumbing Services, locking cams because they couldn't control the cams due to not being able to fix the fucking problem. I've seen some wild shit as a tech and a tuner. I hate wiring also. No, Mexico. Okay, Aldo, in terms of fabrication. Okay, I'm talking about putting parts in a car, like a mechanic. Aldo fabricates. To me, he's another level. When it comes to slapping parts on cars, I'm as good as any shop in the country. Just purchased Gen 2 S550 NA with a voltage booster. Not sure what CCFICs. How much trouble am I in? You're going to have to start doing some work. Start pulling some parts. See what you got. Wearing good before. Stop. Alex, you're better than Coyote Shops. Do you have pools on site? Right. I'm in Lake County. They ended up being shops that service their own cars instead of customers' cars. My driver's side ultimate header is leaking weld broke at the flange. Could this affect performance? Yes. Their customer service is great. I have a new one coming. It can affect performance a little bit, especially if the O2 is reading fresh air and it's skewing the signal. Alex, nothing close to where Jake lives? No. Look, Thunder Autosports in Boynton Beach are very good. I don't know about their Coyote expertise. See, I have an inside baseball track knowledge base of what works and what doesn't because of the tuning. So you can, theoretically, I will never do this. Alex, I want an 8-second car. That'll be this much. What are you going to do? Twin turbo, converter, built trans, E85 fuel system, ID 1300s. Vaya con Dios. Maybe stud the motor, oil pump gears, you know. It's going to be like this much. It's going to be, you got the car? Yeah. Okay. It'll be probably another $25,000 to $30,000. All right, do it. Okay. Do I want to do that? Fuck no. That sounds like a nightmare. Where Jake lives, you're looking at $1 million minimum exactly. Oh, you're talking about JD Swag? You're asking if there's nothing nice in where Jake lives? Jake lives in Jupiter, bro. An acre chunk of land is $550. Where Jake lives, Nixon Tarpia says, you're looking at $1 million minimum. He is 100% right. Let's go to Zillow real quick and end the show. Let's go to Zillow. Jupiter. Florida. Okay, what do we got? Oh, okay, look at this. This is where Jake lives. Oh, guys, you motherfuckers think I'm kidding. You guys think I live like in some absolute... Look at this. You want me to zoom in? You want me to zoom in? 1.29 million, 250, 2.5 million, 3.25 million, 2.1 million, 1.98 million, 2.2 million, 1 million. 400,000 is the land. 400,000 is the land, son. Right here. Jupiter, Florida. $400,000. What the hell does 3 million buy you? What's 3 million buy you? This is $350,000 in Tennessee. I mean, that's nice, but it's not 3 million. Boy, this is in Georgia, 250. It's nice though, but it's not 3 million nice. I'm sorry, but again, this is where we're at. This is Jupiter. Billionaires live there, bro. Billionaires live here. By the water, don't even get me started of what's available by the water, son. What's in the water? Oh, what's this for 1.5 million? What's this for 1.5 million by the water? Oh my God, a condo. A condo. Oh, Alex, why don't you buy in Palm Beach County? You're poor. I could buy a mansion in Georgia tonight. Tonight. A condo. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much. Today we talked about why Tesla copying the Ford's Model T plan by mass producing raw materials in, car out, is working 100 years after the fact for the new car revolution, which is the electric car revolution. We speculated about what the supposed 800 horsepower Cobra could be. Then we talked some shit about cams and other tuners, and we had a whole bunch of fun. I'm out of here. I'm going to be on Thursday, 8 o'clock. Talk a little shit. I'll try to get some clips from this on the next couple of days. Put it on if I get froggy and make a video, but I don't think so because we got 10 bands, 50 bands. We got a lot of bands of rain coming in because of the hurricane. Please keep your thoughts and prayers with Lund because they're in the path. So hopefully the hurricane goes west more, but everyone in the area is going to get flooded. It's going to be a bad look. So we'll see how everything looks in the next couple of days. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Hopefully everyone stays safe out on the west coast of Florida. We'll see what happens, and we'll be back on Thursday, and we'll talk about it. Have a good rest of your night. See you guys later. Bye.